YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Silk the Guy, back at it again with another YouTube video. Yes sir, mid skin taper, curls on top. Let's get it. The first thing I like to do, man, put the white neck strip around my client. That way he doesn't get any infections from the last client. That's a barrier between the client and the cape. That way the cape is not touching his skin whatsoever. That is the whole point of the barber cape and barber neck strip, for your information. So I like to just comb out his hair, and then I just use like a regular comb to just comb down the tapered area. When I mean the tapered area, I mean the area around near his ear and then up the back of his neck, obviously. But let's get into it, man. Golly cuts, you know the vibes. Yes, sir. Okay, so right now I'm just laying the head down because that's the part I'm gonna be tapering. He told me to keep the goatee and the mustache and just cut off the axis hair on the side of his face. He doesn't really like that, and he wanted a mid skin taper. I was asking, does he want a sideburns? He said no. So I stamped in my first guideline. I bolded and I get rid of all of that hair on the side of his face. I'm leaving my line right there because we want to keep it mid. Clean it up, and then right after that, I'm just framing my work like his afro. I'm just trying to frame it because I don't want to go too high. So I just frame it just like that. The same thing I do to one side, I do to the other. So there's no need to flip the camera around just to show you on what I'm doing. It's the same exact thing. So right after I boiled it out, I just use my master's lever open to make my second guideline, and then I close it to knock that line out between the lever open and the bone line, and line comes right out like butter, like hotcakes. Yes sir. For some reason the bone line is a little bit more easier to get out on the side of the temple as opposed to around the whole parietal ridge. And right after I do that, I just come in with my 2-guard lever open and I just flick and I pull out. I don't want to make the side of this taper too flat, so I'm just I pull out. Right after I pull out, I take my master 2-guard off, and I just shape the side of the fro, because I don't want to dig in too deep. So I'm just shaping it, and I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna slap on my 2-guard, close it. Then I have my 1.5 guard open, close. Then after that, I'm gonna throw in my 1 guard open, close, half guard open, close. Then everything's gonna blend all together. And like I said before, nothing changes. The steps are exactly the same, as opposed to me doing a regular taper on low hair or a regular fade on low hair. The steps are the same. I'm blending down. The only difference is I'm just using a big guard just to keep all that bulk on the side, and I just frame it that way. I'm not digging all the way in on the taper area because it is a mid taper. We don't want to go too high. So right after I do my mid taper, I just come back and do some detail work, and then I just came with my 1 guard with the grains just to lay that area on the side of his taper. That way when it lines up, it's easy to line up, and it's not too bulky. It's just laying flat where I want it. And I'm just doing a little bit of detail work. I just doing a 3 guard just to be on the safe side because his hair texture is really, really soft. Depending on the hair texture, if you use a small guard, you can cut off a little bit more than you would want. The same thing you do to the sides is the same thing you do to the back. So I'm just combing out the back of the hair, and I'm gonna use my 2 guard. I'm just debulking that area. The reason I'm debulking that area because I just want to stay in between that realm. I don't want to go no higher than that. So I'm just debulking my area, and I'm gonna blend down. I'm not gonna really explain myself because it's the same exact steps. So I'm just let the video rock out for a little bit before I come back in. Oh, my bad. Right here I'm just carving. That way all the axis hair goes with the blend, because it's just all over the place. So I had to like carve it, round it with the head shape. That way the taper flows. Because I don't like when the taper looks like 2. I want everything to flow all together. So I just had to carve a little bit of the axis hair, and I just came back to blending where I had debulked my area. Okay, now here's the tricky part when it comes to lining up Afro that's hair that's in the way, because remember, he hasn't gotten a haircut in a while. So I'm gonna tap and drag, and you can see all the bulk right there behind his ear. So I'm gonna go on top of it and I'm gonna drag straight down. Look, boom, boom, boom. Get the hair out the way, drag straight down, and then I'm gonna carve. That way you can see the lineup behind the ear. So look what I'm doing right now. Look, I'm gonna line it one more time just to make sure it's clean, and I'm just carve, 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 go around the ear, carve. That's it, man. You have to make sure the taper flows with the whole head. This is the whole point. You want a smooth transition, a smooth blend. And my guy looking clean already. He's not even done yet. So I'm just doing the same thing on the other side. And I'm gonna let the video rock out for a little bit. Okay, now it's time to prompt the front hairline. I got some spritz holding spray. I put it on a paper towel now because I don't like the forehead having being super sticky. So I just put it on paper towel. I just wipe the part that I want to have spritz on it. I just comb his hair down and then pick out the front again, because I'm gonna have to carve the front. That way it's not blocking the lineup area. That way it's still visible when I curl his hair right after the cut. You can see I'm carving. I'm just going up because I want to be able to make sure it's visible. Go up. You got to shape the afro a little bit, right? Tap and drag. That way you can see the lineup. So I start from the middle, comb the hair right back down, go to my right, and after that I go to my left, and I'm keeping the hairline where it's supposed to be. I'm not tapping. I'm not going in. I'm just leaving it where it's supposed to be, right there. That's it. That's all she wrote. Comb the hair out, and you can see from before I had used my one guard with the grain to lay that area down. So that's where it came. That's where it came in handy, because it was easy to line up on that area, that specific area. Pull out, and I just do the same thing. I'm just coming back around, detailing, making sure it's straight. That way, if you take a shower, he moves his hair, the line is still in place. That's my goal when it comes to lining up the haircut. I want to make sure the haircut is crispy as possible, but where it's supposed to be at the same time. So I just measure it with my finger, and I just hit that vertical bar, the C-cup area with the corner of my blade, and I just curve it. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So right after we line them up, I'm gonna hit them with the waterproof color enhancement. Yes, sir. I'm about to lock them in, get them right. You can see the cut is crispy without it, but it's just to enhance the cut, get my guy looking extra crispy. Yes, sir, man. Golly cuts, man. Big God, you know the vibes, man. Let's get it. Oh, you said my guy looking really clean. Yes, sir. Mid taper, curls on top, man. Let's get it. Ah, man. I just hit him with the razor work. Blend is looking magnificent. Jeez. So stretch the skin and glide against it. Less irritation. Better for the client, and the cut just comes out even crispier, and you're not like irritating the skin, and it's just easier. It's a easier glide for the barber as well, and you can see like his lineup is super crispy, right where it's supposed to be. No pushback, no nothing. My guy's looking really clean, like super clean. I even like curl his hair up yet, but like the cut is looking like fantastic, man, fantastic.
Cheese.
Yeah, so cut is pretty much done. My guy's looking really crispy. Oh man, so I just have that Vanilla Set pomade on top of his head, and just to activate it, moisturize his hair, and I'm gonna hit up with the curl sponge. Yes sir. Oh man. YouTube, this is the cut. Mid taper, curls on top. Yes sir. Oh man, Golly Cuts Barber Gallery, you know the vibes. Stand up, let's get it. Yo, follow me on the gram, man. Stop playing around. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up, and I'm out of here. Bow. Movie.